Okay, by now you hopefully have your green roof done. You have most of your components in on the inside, walls, elevators, stairs, all that good stuff, and you're ready to move on to your ceiling and do your lighting. So, if you want to go into your plan, first thing you want to make sure is you know you're gonna have your ceilings, and right here I had the curtain wall windows go up 16 feet, so I'm gonna want my ceilings above that because if I have my ceiling come down right in the middle of this, it's gonna look kind of funky. So think about what your curtain wall windows look like in your plan or where your windows are, and think of a logical height because you have a lot of ceiling height to work with. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to ceiling plan. And if we go to level 2, you'll see we have our reflective ceiling plan, and you can see my walls. Now if I go to level 1, I don't see anything. So what you're going to have to make sure you do is go down all the way to the bottom here up at the top in the properties and change this from substructure to project completion. Hit apply. And there are my walls, all right? Just a little glitch. So when I go to ceiling, I could do automatic sketch. And now remember, we have our acoustical tiles that you could have, kind of like a drop ceiling, or you have your drywall, your gypsum wallboard on metal stud. So in my stacks area, I'm going to have the drop ceiling, the acoustical tiles, just in case I have HVAC stuff up there, my electrical, whatever, you need to have access to it. So I'm going to use my acoustical tile. Now when I do that, remember you have to set the ceiling height. So I said I wanted mine 16 feet. So let's set it to 16, and I could select my room. All right, that puts my acoustical tile in. Now, you can also sketch out your ceiling too. Like let's say in here, I don't want my, I want to have a 12-foot ceiling, which would look kind of weird because you'd see the ceiling from the window. So instead of doing it go all the way to the window, I'm going to sketch it. And when you sketch, you have to start your polyline where you started it. You have to finish it, I should say. So, oh, and I went a little too far. Let's go back, and you could even just click this line. Remember, you could pull the grip because I don't want them going to my windows because I want the light to come in. And so I'm going to just go to my columns and have kind of a finished ceiling that way. And so you could always sketch out your ceiling, just like a lot of things in Revit. You have to start where you finish, have a closed loop. So that's another way to do your ceiling. So I have a 12-foot one in there. But whatever. Once you're done, you can start putting lights in. And so if I go to component and I go to load family, all right, we have lighting. Now, there's architectural and MEP, and you always want to use internal, whichever one you use. And so you have some different lights, ceiling lights, some recessed can lights you'll see. But the lights I want to use for my acoustical drop ceiling is in this MEP folder. The internal one, obviously. And let's go down to recess because I want my lights kind of in flat with the ceiling. And there is these ones right here, and I'm going to pick this. All right, now when I go to load this, you're going to see it'll let me put it on the wall, but it's not letting me put it on the ceiling. Well, up here it's on a vertical face. Let's place on this face. And there we go. Now I could use that, and I have some different choices. So you could see these ones would kind of go in a 2x2 system. And let's go here to this 48, 120 volt. There we go. And you can see that's kind of what I'm used to. And I could click and just drop those in to the acoustical tile and kind of work my way around and put them in across there. Now don't forget, you could use if I highlight all these and hit copy, I could select this and I could just go, because you're going to need a lot of lights, and you'll do a better job putting it in. I could just copy rows down. So let's see what this looks like. Let's go and put a camera view in there. And you can see I have my lights in my acoustical tiles. All right. And You can see if I go up a little bit, I still have a little space up there for, my HVAC, my electrical, maybe your network cables or whatever. And you kind of have that traditional look that you see with acoustical tiles. Now, if you want to use drywall, you could use maybe some recessed can lights in the bathroom. Maybe you want some pendants to give a little bit more architectural flair. Anything you find on the internet is fine. It's your library, so kind of put in there what you like. All right.